Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tujaya Mudiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nishtaprajeshvadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Uttamaśloke
Bhaktin Bhavatirnaistiki
Bhaktin
Bhakti Naistiki.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya
Nandagopakumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 10, text number 8, 2.10.8. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Please repeat the sloka again me. Yo adhyatmiko ayam purushaha.
Yo Adhyatmiko Yam
Yam Yam Purushaha
So asa eva adi daivikaha.
So Asav Eva
Eva
Daivika.
Daivikaha
Yatatra ubaya vichetaha.
Yes Tatra
Tatra Bhaya
Abhaya Vicheda.
Purushaha hi adi baudikaha.
Purusha
Purushaha
Vihi
Adi Bhautikaha
Adibhavaha.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Yaha,
Yaha
one who.
Varuhu
Adi atmikaha
Adi Atmikaha
is possessed of the sense organs.
Possessed of the sense organs.
I am
I am
this.
this
Purushaha,
Purushaha
personality.
personality.
Saha,
Saha
he.
He
Asau,
also
that.
that
Eva,
Eva
also.
also
Adi daivikaha,
Adi Devikaha
controlling deity.
controlling deity.
Yaha,
Yaha
that which.
that which
Tatra,
Tatra
there.
there
Ubaya,
Ubhaya
of both.
of both
Vichetaha,
Vichitaha
separation.
separation.
Purushaha,
Purushaha
person.
person.
He,
He
for.
for
Adi Baudikaha,
Adi Bhautikaha
the visible body
the visible body
or the embodied living entity.
or the embodied living entity.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavandi A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. The individual person
The individual person
possessing
possessing
different instruments of
different instruments of
senses
senses
is called the
is called the
Adhyatmic person.
Adhyatmic person,
And the individual
and the individual
controlling deity
controlling deity
of the senses
of the senses
is called
is called
Adi Daivik.
Adidevi.
The embodiment
The embodiment
seen on the
seen on the
eyeballs
eyeballs
is called the
is called the
Adi Baudik person.
Adibhautik person.
Purport. The supreme controlling Samman Bonam is the personality of Godhead in his planetary portion of Paramatma or the Super Soul manifested in the Bhagavad Gita 10.42, it is said, Athavabhutanaittena kim jnatena varjuna vishabhyaham idam kritam ekamsena sito jahat. All the controlling deities like Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva are different manifestations of the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, who exhibits himself in such manners by entering into each and every universe generation generated from him. But still, apparently, there are different divisions of the controlling and controlled. For example, in the food controlling department, the controller of the food is a person made of the same ingredients of the person who is controlled. Similarly, each and every individual in the material world is controlled by the higher demigods. For example, we have our senses, but our senses are controlled by superior controlling deities. We cannot see without light, and the supreme controller of light in the sun. The sun god is in the sun planet, and we, the individual human being or any other being in this earth, are all controlled by the sun god as far as our eyes are concerned. Similarly, all the senses we have are controlled by the supreme demigods, who are also as much living entities as we are. But one is empowered with the others is controlled. The controlled living entity is called the Adhyatmic person, and the controller is called the Adidaivic person. All these positions in this material world are due to different fruitive activities. Any individual living being can become the sun god or even Brahma or any other god in the upper planetary system by a higher grace of pious work. And similarly, one becomes controlled by the higher demigods by lower grade of fruitive activities. So, every individual living entity is subject to the supreme controller of the Paramatma, who puts everyone in different positions of the controller and controlled. That which distinguishes the controller and the controlled, that is, the material body, is called the Adi Bhautik Purusha. The body is sometimes called Purusha as confirmed in the Vedas in the following hymn. Sava Yesa Purusho Annarasamayaham. This body is called the Annarasa embodiment. The body depends on food. The living entity which is embodied does not eat anything. However, because the owner is spirit in essence, the material body requires replacement of matter for the wearing and tearing of the mechanical body. Therefore, the distinction between the individual living entity and controlling planetary deities is in the Annarasamaya body. The sun may have a gigantic body and the man may have the smaller body, but all these visible bodies are made of matter. Nonetheless, the sun god and the individual person who are related to the controller and the controlled are the same split parts and the part and parcel of Supreme Being. And it is the Supreme Being who places different parts and parcel in different portions. And thus, the conclusion is that the Supreme Person is the shelter of all. Om Anyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Desha Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today's sloka, the discussion between Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So Sukadev Goswami is explaining about three type of persons, three kind of things and or persons. Who are all that? Adi Atmik, Adi Daivik, and Adi Bautik. So we are seeing that our body, this is our body. So our body it is kind of dead matter. It is kind of a dead matter. If the soul, since the soul is residing in the body, this body is active. Since the soul is residing there, this body is growing. So because of soul, everything happening in this body. So once the soul left from this body, what will leave from the body? What will happen? This body become dead matter. No action will happen in this body. That means the soul is inside. That soul is taking care of this body. The soul is activating this body, and different senses we have. We have eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and touch. These are the senses. So these senses are for the dead body. These senses won't be there. That means these senses are different. It is there connected with the soul, and this body is different. This body is kind of an instrument. For example, in a car, there is a car. The car, it has three things. The car and the car, if you connect all the parts and everything, it's a car. And if you put a fuel and there is a driver, so to run a car is required, and fuel is required, and a driver is required. So these three things are there. So that if there is no petrol or diesel, the car won't go. Or if there is no driver, the car won't go. Now people can say immediately we have the automatic cars. But automatic car still, for the automate that, there is a person is there to control that. So the car, you can take the car is like our body. And we are the drivers of this car. But without the fuel, the car won't go. So that means the fuel is the controlling there, controlling the car. Whether it is go or not, the fuel controls. If there is no fuel, it won't go. The similar way, in this material world also, we are created. We have all these senses. So our individual soul is there, and our body is controlled by the demigods. That's what Prabhupada is explaining over here. That's what explained in this sloka. So we have the individual person possesses different instruments of senses is called Adi Atmic person. So the individual person is called Adi Atmic. The senses are controlled by somebody controlling our senses. That person, those are called the Adi Daivik, the controlling deity. So for example, we have the Jadar Agni in our stomach. So that is also controlled by one of the demigods. That whatever we are eating, it is digestive. It's eating digested. That is also demigod. The fire, which is there in our body. Fire is one of the demigod. Air, air is going. That is Vayu. That is also one of the demigod. Body containing the water. That is also controlled by the demigod. So like that, all the demigods are controlling all these senses. So the person who is having the senses is called Adi Atmic, and the controller is called Adi Daivik. So the controller and the controlled, there are two things. So the demigods are little. So if you go to the school, the teachers are the controllers. They are controlling the students. And in the company, the managers or the directors, they are the controller of the employees. So we are all, our individuality is called the controlled, and the demigods are controllers. And for both controlling and controllers, something should be there. Some company is there, some company, some school, like that for us, because our individual is, we are all souls, and demigods also souls. So demigod also souls, we are also souls. Our original position is we are the souls. But what they can control, then the body come into the existence, that is controlled by, we are staying here in this body, and that body is controlled by this Adi Daivik. So that body is called Adi Bhautik person. So our body is Adi Bhautik. We are called Adi Atmic. We means our Atma, and who is controlling this body and Atma, whatever our Atma is doing through this body, through the help of Adi Daivik. Because of the demigods, it is controlling. So this is the way our body is becoming an instrument. That's what he is explaining. Who is explaining? Sukadeva Goswami explaining to Parikshit Maharaj. That means, so Lord is the controller of everything. So that's what Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita in the 10th chapter. Last four slokas, if you see 39, 40, 41, and 42, here Krishna is clearly explaining. So in 39, Krishna is saying that, furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. So this is the very powerful statement. He is saying that without me, nothing can exist in this world. Moving and non-moving, anything, movable or non-movable. So it's this, we are seeing the big mountain. This cannot be movable. Stone, big mountains, we cannot movable, but still, though that also, it is existed because of Krishna. And we are moving, and we can mobilize the one place to another place, the things that also exist because of Krishna. So in 40th sloka, Krishna is saying that, O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end of my divine manifestation. There is no end. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. So Lord has the infinite opulences. It is said that even Lord cannot explain what are his opulences, because it is continuing. There is no end for that. So it will be keep on, it will go. What are the opulences Lord has? So that way infinite opulences Lord has. So whatever he spoke to Arjuna, it is only little only he is told to Arjuna. That's what Krishna is saying there. Whatever his manifestation. And the next sloka, what he is saying that? Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creation spring from but a spark of my splendor. So whatever you are seeing in this material world, everything, it's a small spark from me. That's what Krishna is saying. That only a small spark is this much. For us, we are wondering, okay, I have that 30-40 site. I have this big bungalow. I buy this car. We are happy with that. But the entire universe is just a spark, like that Krishna is saying. That means, what is his, so how much opulences he has? The entire universe is just a spark. That means how much wealth Lord has. It is infinite. And the last sloka, it is saying that, but what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So it is just a single fragment of myself. So we'll say that, okay, it is, in Hindi, they'll say, my mera bai hatha hele. So when I will do this in my left hand, that means it is very easy for me, like that. It is nothing, but it is nothing. For me, this work is nothing. Suppose I wanted to take one pillow from here to put it on that other place. It is just my left hand work. It is very small, very simple work for me. The similar way, Krishna is saying that whatever this universe, I am supporting this entire universe, creation is happening, annihilation, maintenance is happening, annihilation is happening, the entire universe is made. It is just a fragment of very small work of insignificant work for me, like that Krishna is saying. So that means we have to understand how big the Lord is. We cannot imagine the Lord opulences. So today, this sloka, we discussed about three things: Adi Atmik, Adi Daivik, and Adi Baudik. So Adi Atmik, we are Adi Atmik. Our soul is called Adi Atmik, and the demigods, who is the controller of each and everything, our air, our fire, water, these are all the demigods who are controlling our bodies. So that body, since body exists, there is a controller, and Adhyatmic, since we are exist in this body, there is a controller is there who is controlling both body and this and us. So those people are called Adi Daivik. So we are all controlled, and the demigods are controllers. and our body, is called Adi Bhauti. So this is controlled. This our body with the soul is controlled by the demigods. But who is the controller of everything? That's what Krishna is telling. He is the controller of each and everything. That's what we saw in the Bhagavad Gita. He is controller of the demigods as well as the us. He is controlling us as well as the demigods. Everything is controlled by the Supreme Lord. So in the quality wise, if you see the quality is same. The Supreme Lord and the demigods and us. Krishna and all the demigods, Varuna, Indra, Chandra, Brahma, they are all living entities. And us, we are also living entity. So all are having the same quality. Quality in the sense, suppose if you take a big mountain of gold is there, and if you take 1 gram of gold from that mountain, so this 1 gram of gold also having the same quality of the big mountain. Suppose if you take the big ocean is there, in the ocean, if you take 1 drop of water, the 1 drop of water also having the same quality of the ocean. But we cannot compare the size. The ocean is so big, it is infinite. But the 1 drop is very small, it's a 1 drop only. So we are the 1 drop, and the ocean is very vast. That is the Supreme Lord. So that is the way we are the same quality, but quantity wise we are different. That is the reason we are little minute. We are controlled by the demigods, and the entire demigods as well as Adhyatmic, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik. All these things are controlled by the Supreme Lord. That's why he is supreme. So he is the cause of all causes. The Krishna is the cause of all causes. That's what it is explaining. So that is the reason it is not. So if you see here, we are not possessing anything. So if a person, if we are saying that we are possessing something, what we are possessing when we are leaving, when you leave this body, we are this body, we are thinking that this body is ours. This is my body. Hey, I am getting pain, this and that, we are saying. But after death, what is happening? This body getting buried or getting burned. Why they are burning and burning? If we are there, we and this body are same. Why they are burning or burying? Because after leaving, the soul is leaving the body, it's of no use. That means it's just a dead matter. So, but our position is a soul. So that understanding we should have. That means with the soul, we cannot possess anything in this material world. We are just a visitor over here. We visited in this, we came for a visit. Suppose you are going to some place, some pilgrimage or some yatra, some tour we are going. So you are going there and you are taking a lodge. So in the lodge, facilities will be there. AC will be there, bed will be there, and utensils and washing machine, fridge, everything will be there in the lodge. What you are doing, you are just going for some time, you are enjoying that area, whatever the available there, you are enjoying. While returning, you are not taking anything from that. I came here, let the fridge, washing machine. You are not taking. We are leaving that. Why? We know that when we gone there to just visit that place. That's all. So similar way, we are visiting this material world, this earth. We are just a visitors. So not to own anything. So we are not the owners. But because of our ignorance, we don't have the knowledge that we are not the owners. So we don't have that knowledge. We are thinking that, hey, this is my road, this is my house, this is my plot, this is my car. We are thinking that everything mine. But if a person who is intelligent, he can understand that I'm not possessing anything in this material world. I cannot possess. Even if at the time of death, I cannot take even a small piece of pin also I cannot take along with me. So we cannot possess anything in this material world. So that is our position in this material world. So this controlling, the demigods are controllers. So we studied that Brahma is doing the creation. So Brahma Indra, Chandra, they are all the positions. So they are not the person. How we are saying that Prime Minister, Chief Minister, President. So now Narendra Modi is in the position of Prime Minister. So Prime Minister, if you say Narendra Modi, now we will say that oh, he is a Prime Minister. And Prime Minister, that is also pointing him only. But 10 years back, Manmohan Singh was in that position. So that time he was the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister position is, we are calling that as the position Prime Minister, but person is changing. The similar way, the Brahma, Indra, all these demigods, these are the positions. Person will change from there. So it is said that if a person is doing his Swadharma means our duty. What is our duty? Serving the Lord. That is our original position. If a person doing his Swadharma for 100 lifetime, then he is eligible to become Brahma. He can take the position of Brahma. And also Indra also like a position only. So now the next Indra, who is going to be next Indra? Bali Maharaj is going to be is a qualified person. He is going to be a next Indra. Once the Indra's time over, then the next Indra will be Bali Maharaj. So this is the way our scriptures are saying. So all these are positions. We are all individuals. That is the way we have to understand. So it is not that the demigods, all of us, everyone, all this material world, everything is controlled by a single person who is the Supreme Lord. So that is the reason the sannyasis, if you see the sannyasis, they won't possess anything. They won't have even the ego also. We have the ego. If somebody is saying something, how can you say to me like this? If somebody going on the road, if somebody dashes our car or our bike, immediately the people will get down and will fight. Oh, how can we do this? Wait with me, my car, this one. So we are thinking that this is mine, that is mine. That's why we are getting angry and we are like that. We are holding our false ego also. You shouted at me. You told me like this. Then let me show you how who I'm like that. We are having the revenge, all those things. But if you see the sannyasis, who is the self-realized souls, they won't have all this. They won't possess anything. They won't possess any cows, any money, nothing. They done because even they don't have the false ego also. Because one day, Lord Buddha, he was going for the begging. One person came immediately with the angry and he shouted left and right to Lord Buddha. He shouted with bad words, everything. But there is no reaction on Buddha. He simply smiled. Then he left the place. Then all his disciples, Sishyas, they asked Buddha, how come you bear all those things? These people are, this person, he shouted you like anything. Why you not reacted? Why you should have give because this person don't have the knowledge. You got to give the knowledge and you would have shouted back. But you didn't you didn't do anything. Why? Either he asked Buddha. Buddha replied, see, if I suppose I am giving one plate of rice. Somebody giving one plate of rice. What you will do? It is up to you whether to accept it or not. It is up to your. Okay, if I want, then I will take. Otherwise, what will take? I already had prasadam. I don't want rice. That's what we told. We'll tell. That means somebody giving something, whether it is take it or not, that is up to you. The similar way, the person is shouting. That shouting also like that only. We are thinking that only the material things we can deny. No. The subtle things also we can deny. So if he is giving something to me, that's why he shouted at me. I'm thinking, you are thinking, he shouted at me. But he was shouting and he is giving to me, but I'm not taking that. I gave back to them. I don't want that. That's why I gave back to them. So it is with him only. So that's the reason I am undisturbed. So that is the way, that is the highest understanding. So we are in the path of that understanding. So we want to understand that we are not possessing anything. We are material or spirit, whether it is a form or no form. There is a subtle way or the gross way. We are not possessing anything. Even we are not possessing in this body also. Currently, for time being, we are living in this body. Once this body is useless, we will leave this body. So this is in for this. We should not. We should use our intelligence. What we have to do in this life, that way, that path we have to catch and we have to take it further. Otherwise, we should not here to enjoy this material world or whatever the opponents are there along with us. All these opponents are given for time being to be here and to make us understanding, to realize and get out from here. Until unless we are not realizing, these are all not useful for me. My original position is to be with the God. Until unless to realize that, we will be again and again, we will take birth here in this material world. So our original position is to be with the God. So for why we are doing the morning, we are waking up and doing the japa and discussing about all those things, because we want to understand our position. Okay, this material world is just full of nonsense. It is here no use here. My original thing is, am I in the spirit soul? I need to go out of this material world. That is our only understanding. That every day we need to remember that. That is the reason we are again and again we are discussing. Hare Krishna. So today we discussed three things: Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, and Adidaivik. So we are Adhyatmik. The controlling demigods are Adibhautik. Sorry, Adi Daivik. Then this material thing, this is called made body, is kind of Adi Bhautik. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai.